So, been a while since I made a video. This is my second take. First take, I was pretty angry in it, so I'm just going to cut to the chase. So, January 2nd of this year, after I came back from a leave of absence for mental health reasons, I took a year off basically to, get a grasp on my mental health, and the company knew this. They decided to lay me off. So, granted, you know, yeah, it sucks, but I get my severance. I'm gonna cash out my 401k, put it in my savings, because it's the company 401k. So I have until March to basically get rid of all that money, or it's gonna be sent as a check that I can't really fucking use unless I send it to, another institution to hold my funds. I'd rather just take that, put it in a savings, and use it to live my life. It's not a huge chunk anyway, so um, but yeah, I'm pretty pissed off about that. I do have a job currently working full time as a server, but it's not really something that I want to do forever. But granted, with the job market, it may very well be, because I cannot fucking find another job to save my life. And it's really pissing me off because I went to school for a degree that I thought would actually make me hireable, or at least, valuable to other people. But I guess physics and astronomy is not valuable to society as a whole. So, um, having stated that, I don't think I'm going to go back to school for my advanced degree, because why the fuck would I bother at that point? Um, no one's fucking hiring physics PhDs anyway, at least it seems, let alone physics bachelors. So I'm just curious, why would I waste my time and energy in school that would pay me a livable wage to basically stress myself out and teach classes in conjunction with a professor who doesn't give a shit about his students, nor does he really care about, you know, um, his line of work. At least it seems, because he's just there for the fucking money. Which, I get it, but at least show some care for your fucking students. I felt since the time I was at UT, the professors didn't give a shit about you. They only cared about their research, and even then, it didn't seem like they were super interested in it. It just seemed like they were there for so long that they just felt the need to feel interested in their field, because it's the only thing they could actually do. Um, I that did not come out exactly the way I wanted it to. I'll just say the professors don't really give a shit about their students. They care more about their work, and even then, it doesn't seem like they care that much about it. Because for one, they're just publishing to basically not die. That's the whole motto for being in academia: publish or die. So you have to publish papers, or you're just going to lose funding, or you're going to have your position at risk, it seems. So I could be wrong there, but that's from what I've been hearing. um, so yeah, I don't think I'm going to go back to school. There's no point in it. I'll just buy some books and teach myself the things I want to learn. But I'm at a crossroads. I'm 31 and I don't know what I want to do with my life anymore, because it seems like the job market is hopelessly fucked. The housing market is hopelessly fucked. Any jobs that would hire me would probably pay less than half of what I was making at my old job. And at my old job, I feel like that salary was like appropriate for someone to live on their own. Like, that was enough to pay your bills and then save as well. But that salary, it seems like, is a luxury now, which, I get it. Um, you know, I was pretty lucky to have that position for as long as I did, and that's why I did milk it and save up, and also buy things that actually would accumulate in value. So, I was at least somewhat wise with my money, but should have saved up more. Um, but as far as drawing goes, I haven't really drawn anything in the past couple months. Well, maybe one or two things, but that's really it. I didn't do much else. Excuse me. As far as jobs go, again, just working full-time as a server right now, at least mostly full-time. The schedule is wildly inconsistent from week to week. So for right now, I am just going to see what happens, and hopefully file for unemployment until I find a stable full-time position. And then work work part-time as a server, maybe. Because I do like this job as a server, not for the job title, but for my coworkers and just the work environment. Granted, the pay could be better, but you know that's the gig with serving, is that you're relying on other people's generosity to fuel your lifestyle. But yeah, overall lately I've been feeling very angry, betrayed, hurt. Not like really anyone cares, but and, you know, I'm kind of been thinking lately, and ever since my relationship ended, I'm really starting to lean more towards the idea that maybe I should just remain alone, because I just don't want to deal with that hurt, that pain again, because I felt like a huge chunk of me is now gone, and there's no getting it back. And it's almost like I'm a cake, and I was being served up at a party, and everyone took a fucking slice and left me with the thinnest slice possible that they could cut and still have the cake slice standing. I feel like that's me right now, that thin little slice. That's all that's left. So I just don't know if I want to risk that. You know, I think that's what my previous relationship has taught me, is that people will just eat you up and then spit you back out. And they will not care how much damage they cause and in the process. Because in the end, it's only about them. I get it, you have to look out for yourself in the end. But man, our race really sucks. We really, as a species, suck. I mean, God, I'm starting to understand why my dad hated people so much. Why he hated just being around. And you know, I'm really disheartened to know why now. You know, he wasn't a perfect father figure, granted, because technically you could say he was abusive, because he would use intimidation tactics to basically get me to behave myself. He never physically punched me or like hit me or anything, but he, you know, definitely did grab me hard, or he would, you know, hold me up, basically to intimidate me. So those tactics could be considered abusive in some shape or form. He was also, in, you know, some regard, a little mentally abusive as well, so there's that. But he did teach me how to be an adult. That is the one major thing I could say he gave me, is the tools to be an adult, the tools to actually sit down and think. Actually, if it weren't for him, I probably would not be in college. I would probably not even be in a position where I'm sitting on a good chunk of savings. I'd probably be in a position where I would, you know, just be a high school graduate, not knowing what the fuck to do with their life, working, you know, in fast food still, and living, you know, paycheck to paycheck, or, you know, living with a very small amount of savings and not really living their life or enjoying anything. So, but, you know, I think I understand now. And it hurts to understand. So, but anyway, for now, I'm going to continue looking for work if I can. You know, I do have a couple interviews, thankfully. One's for a position that pays like somewhere in the ballpark of $20 an hour to be an assistant director for a learning center. I'm not gonna state what learning center, I'm just saying, yeah, that's less than half of what I was making. Another positions pay me around $25 an hour. That's another interview I have. That's on the 29th. And that is, again, about less than half, or a little under half of what I was making before. So, but it's a full-time job, and they are in fields that I do actually somewhat enjoy. You know, if the students actually behave themselves, or the parents actually decide to be fucking parents and actually govern their children. But that's hard to find nowadays. People can disagree with me, but you know, go to a public school, sit down and observe the kids, and then make a note of when you were a kid, and tell me if there's a huge fucking difference. Willing to bet there is a difference, a massive difference. Anyway, that's all I want to say for this video. And yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I might post a little bit more frequently now, probably on my off days. I'm not going to post on the days that I'm working because I'm just going to basically work, go to the gym, maybe get some coffee, try to apply for a few jobs, then come home, eat dinner, and then go to bed. That's basically going to be my day. Man, talk so fast I can't even. Well, there are times where I talk so fast that the words just do not come out. They come out in a jumbled mess. Anyway, hope you guys are doing well, and I'll talk to y'all later.